Hello, Shining Soul, and welcome back to my channel. I am on a mystical mission to spread unconditional love, light, and joy to all those that reside on this beautiful planet. Let's get right into today's pick a card reading. We are doing what your ancestors would like you to know about your lineage. So these are going to be a lot of different messages coming through. I already feel a lot of your ancestors, a lot of ancient energy and ancestral energy around me as I was getting ready and preparing for this reading. So I'm very excited to dive into it to see what your ancestors have for you today. How the reading works is I'm going to start by showing off each of our piles up close, and then once you do decide what pile or piles are calling your name using that wonderful intuition, you can check the description box down below for your timestamps to go straight to your personalized reading. For pile 1, we have the Eagle card, Triumph over Troubles and Obstacles, also accompanied with the Black Candle. For pile 2, we have the Boot card, Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals, accompanied with the Blue Candle. Pile 3, we have the Hills card, Obstacles to Overcome, accompanied with the Green Candle. Pile 4, we have the Tulip card, Great Passion, accompanied with the Pink Candle. So go ahead and tune in to your intuition to choose what pile or piles are calling to you, and enjoy finding out what your ancestors would like you to know about your lineage. Hello, pile 1, and welcome to your reading. You've chosen the Eagle card with the Black Candle. And these are the rest of your cards that we have here. So let's go ahead, get them spread out, and then we will deep dive into what messages your ancestors have for you about your lineage and what they really need you to know. So we're going to start off with tarot cards. Wow, starting off with the major arcana, the Chariot. Three of Cups, beautiful. 10 of Cups, wonderful. Wow, okay, lots of great energy. And I see we've already got triumph over the obstacles with the 3 of Cups, 10 of Cups, King of Cups. Wow, yeah, a lot of that triumphant energy coming out already. 7 of Cups. Cups talk about emotions. We have a ton of Cups cards showing up for you. And another major arcana, Temperance. And we're going to go into your oracle cards now. We have Returning, Going with the Flow. Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy, Move beyond current challenges, focus on what you desire. Freya, Phases and Cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. Has a lot of the same energy as the 7 of Cups with those illusions. Illumination. 2 cards from different decks with moons on them. Lots of intuitive energy coming from that. You got the Love, Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. Deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. And the last card we have got is Loosen Your Grip, Coping Mechanisms, Density, Addiction, Let God In. And you're more than welcome to replace that word God with universe, source, angels, ancestors, whatever you believe in and whatever you feel is right in your heart. We're also going to add in a couple charms to your reading. So let's see what comes out for you. We have the Om symbol. We have the heart coming out. The star. And the lightning bolts. Right off the bat, the Chariot, which we have right next to your Eagle card that you chose, pile one, has a lot of that same energy as we've got triumph over troubles and obstacles. And the Chariot talks about conquest, control. It talks about victory, determination, motivation. It really talks about having the willpower and self-assurance to go forward in any type of challenge. And with that Eagle card, you've got that same energy saying triumph over your troubles and obstacles. So right off the bat, pile one, I just want to say your ancestors are strong. And with the black candle that you chose, that also represents protection. Black candles represent grounding, protection. They can also clear and rid you of negative energy or hexes, curses, anything like that. So this overall, these three things right here are really showing me that your ancestors are extremely strong. They are resilient. They are fighters. They are warriors. I'm getting the type of energy coming through that is that I won't back down no matter what the challenge. So I like that this is starting us off to kind of give you an insight into who your ancestors are and what their energy was and or is still, and the energy that you carry since you are also part of this lineage. We've got 4 cups cards. And as I said when we were pulling them out, that the cups are talking about emotional state and relationships. And then at the end, you've got temperance. So this is really painting a picture for me as to the message that your ancestors want to bring through. And it is that there has been something in the past in your lineage that has upset this beautiful energy that you had with emotions and relationships. Now, I don't know, pile one, if you've noticed that in your current lineage, the people around you in your family, if you've noticed that there is maybe tension or disruption in relationships and patterns like that in your family. I feel like this is why you've been brought to this reading today, so that your ancestors can tell you that it's not just a coincidence, it's not just bad luck. There's actually something here that has happened in your lineage that is causing this, because what we see in the 7 of Cups is being very reflected over here, and in this part of your reading it has a lot of the energy of you needing to almost transmute and move past this challenge, this current obstacle that is in your lineage. To break it down, we've got the 3 of Cups. This talks about community, friendship. We've got pleasure. So that's why I'm saying in the past, your lineage had a very wonderful energy around. We even see this sweep of golden light around these people. So I feel like your community, your relationships, your family interrelationships, as well as external ones, it was just very loving. There was this energy of protection, of a lot of positivity going on. Now, next to it with the 10 of Cups, that's also being reflected in this card as we have abundance, satisfaction, fulfillment, happiness. We see the rainbow in the back, all the wonderful golden cups, and we have this happy family here. With the King of Cups, you've got a lot of strength, a lot of balance, a lot of generosity. So kind of tying in with that energy your ancestors were bringing forth to start us off with. So with these 3 cards, it is very apparent that relationships and family relationships, particularly within the lineage, were good. They were positive. There were a lot of abundance, strength, generosity. There was community, positivity. There was a lot of emotional happiness and stability. Now, the 7 of Cups is where something has happened. And we see that directly reflected down here with these cards, because we've got this card talking about codependent boundaries, this card talking about needing some physical and emotional healing, and this card talking about density, talking about lower emotions. Because the 7 of Cups here, we've got this person that is a bit of illusion, a bit of that sneaky energy we get from this card. So it almost feels like things were going great in your lineage. Something happened here where Maybe your lineage was tricked into believing something, or tricked into some sort of negativity that you haven't been able to get out of, or the lineage is still being affected by, as we see this person with a mask. So it's almost like your lineage was tricked. Maybe somebody seeing how beautiful this energy was that you had in relationships, and they wanted to come and essentially take it from you or take it from your lineage. The way that this is affecting your lineage is, I do feel like relationships, especially family relationships, and as well as potentially love relationships, romantic relationships, are being heavily affected where there's a lot of low emotions. Like we have a lot of that density, those codependency energies where your boundaries aren't there, or you're being taken advantage of, or you're not being respected in the ways that you should. And it's saying that this needs to be healed with this card. This is something that needs to be illuminated, because you have the ability to start changing, going with the flow, to allow yourself to break out of this phase, to break out of this cycle. Because with Freya, illumination, the deep cellular healing, and holy amethyst, this says that you have the ability to do it. You definitely have the ability to break out of whatever has happened to your lineage in the past, whatever, I'm just going to call it trickery, has happened to your lineage. It doesn't feel like it's necessarily a curse or a hex or anything like that. It's just almost that somebody's seen this beautiful energy and they were able to somehow trick your lineage into cutting that off for them. And there's just some healing that needs to be done, some alchemy, some transmutation that needs to be done to allow this beautiful energy to flow back into your lineage. So it doesn't feel like it's too difficult of a thing really for you to fix, essentially, if that is something that you feel called to do, pile one. It's interesting, in the Freya card, we literally have illusions are being revealed right next to the illumination card from another deck. When decks speak to each other like that, it's so wonderful. I love those synchronicities. The fact that they're both saying the exact same thing, it's almost like this reading is, a big flashing light and illuminating this for you. Like I said, maybe you thought that it was just bad luck, or you just have, an unfunctional family. That's not the case. Your ancestors are here to tell you, we used to have a different energy. Look at how strong and beautiful and, prosperous this energy is, with the King of Cups, the 10 of Cups, the 3 of Cups. I mean, the Chariot, the Eagle, that's just screaming strength, prosperity, abundance in relationships, family, and romance. So I do feel like your ancestors are bringing this to your attention today to say it's not just a string of bad luck, and it's not necessarily just an unfunctional family. Something really tricked us. Something happened in the past where there has almost, when a garden hose, I don't know, I'm seeing this in my head, but I feel like I need to say this. When a garden hose is kinked and the water's not coming out, that's what I feel like happened. It's almost like whatever this is in the past kinked your family's, your lineage garden hose on this energy, and now only a little bit is coming out in little spurts. When in the past, there was no kinks. It was just abundant. It was flowing. It was beautiful. So that's what's being illuminated here. That's what they want you to know. And they want you to know that it is able to be healed. Now, the way that you can go about that, pile one, is starting to release some control. Because with the going with the flow card, this is saying get out of the mindset that it's bad luck, that you're stuck like this, right? Because sometimes we see things happen over and over, and we really do get into that mindset, well, that is all that is ever going to happen to me, because obviously that's all that I have been shown, so why would my mind think that anything else is possible? So this card is saying start breaking up these dense feelings, these emotions where you feel like you're never going to have a healthy family or a healthy love relationship. Because the more you start going with the flow and allowing yourself to actually open up to the possibilities that that's not all that there is for you, that there is more for you, that there's abundance and creativity and love and community and connection. And all you really have to do is be showing this, which your ancestors are so kindly doing for you today, and then just doing a bit of this work to release it, to heal it, so that you don't have to be in this repeating cycle over and over, because that's what it feels like it has been for your lineage for a couple of generations now, where this is just a cycle. It's repeating. No one is aware that the hose is kinked, so it just keeps repeating. And your ancestors are here now to illuminate this. And like I said, with those 2 moons, illumination, illusions are being released. They're wanting you to know that there's a kink in the hose. I don't know why I keep using that analogy, but it's really what's coming through for me psychically, clairvoyantly. So I just keep seeing that. So maybe that's resonating with you. Let's go to the Temperance card and touch on this. This is a wonderful card. It actually corresponds to Sagittarius, and it really appears when there's a need for balance in your life. And this definitely needs to be rebalanced out. So you're being asked here to be patient and re-examine priorities in your life that are out of disharmony. So that's what it's saying with the go with the flow. It's like starting to, be patient with this. It's not something you have to fix overnight or, heal overnight if you feel called to. Not even saying you have to. Of course, free will is always at play, and this is just something that your ancestors would like you to know. It doesn't mean you even have to act on it. Sometimes knowing is enough. That gives us enough power. So whatever you feel in your soul is right to do with this information, obviously, you can go forth in that way. But overall, Temperance talks about that balance, harmony, purpose. That's why I'm saying you have the ability to fix this, to unkink the hose, to rewind this, to have it go back to this beautiful energy. As you even see in the Temperance card, the water going from each cup side to side balanced. And these are almost, all the cups that you have in your reading. It's saying it's time to rebalance out this emotional state when it comes to family relationships and romantic relationships. It's time to get rid of this dense energy. It's time to recreate the story of codependency and boundaries being broken, because that's not how it always was. You used to have that strength and power in these places. Your lineage had so much beautiful energy, and it's time to really rebalance it out so that you're not missing out on that. It feels like your lineage, your ancestors want this to come back for your lineage. It feels like they're missing it. This is something that your lineage could very much benefit from right now. Feels like there is a message for you from the book here, and it's interesting. This is the card and the artwork on the front of this Keepers of the Light deck. So let's go into the book and read you the message for the Holy Amethyst. This feels like a message from your ancestors to help you to start to heal this, how to go forward with that. You are ready to move beyond energies or situations that are no longer helpful to you and make space in your life for something more purposeful. You may feel a real need for clearing out, not just mentally or emotionally, but physically too. There is a sense that you are moving beyond challenges and forging golden opportunities from stagnant or unhappy experiences. Yes, those relationships, that dense energy, for sure, it is stagnant. It's been stagnant for a couple of generations. It's important to recognize that you are like a magician at this time, with the ability to use your thoughts, will, and actions to bring about life-fulfilling and dream-enhancing opportunities. It's important to focus on what you desire and not what you fear, because what you give your energy to will literally begin to flourish. Like we were saying with the go with the flow, start to change your mindset. Don't give your energy to, oh, this is all that is, going to happen for me. I'm doomed. It's bad luck. My family's never going to get along. I'm never going to have a loving, healthy relationship. That's what that card is talking about. And this one, again, is breaking out of that. Don't give your energy to those fears, because what you give your energy to will literally begin to flourish. And it's saying call on your ancestors to really help you focus on moving forward to these golden opportunities. You have so much wonderful energy and love coming out from your ancestors through the charms as well. With the Om symbol, it talks about that connection between everything in the universe. And to me, what that's saying is that you are connected divinely to your ancestors and your lineage, even if you don't see them, even if you don't hear them or interact with them in the 3D plane. They are still here. They are just, in the spirit world, they are on the other side, however you'd like to say it. But this is saying they are connected to you still. And right next to it with the heart, that's talking about unconditional love. It's talking about that type of love that does come from source, that does come from our ancestors, our loved ones that have passed over, spirit guides, all of our wonderful companions and helpers from the other side. That unconditional love that they show us, that's what this charm talks about. Almost some of the same themes with the star as the Om, because the star is touching on that cosmic oneness as well. It kind of has that idea in it that you are not alone, that when you look up to the stars, there are benevolent beings of love looking down on you to help you on your path. So again, confirmation that you are definitely not alone, Pile One. You have a lot of ancestors that are always watching you, always guiding you. Like I say, even if you don't see them or feel them, they want you to know through this reading that they are here for you, always. With the lightning bolt, this gives me a lot of that same energy of the eagle and the chariot. It's telling you and reminding you that you have the power, you have the strength, you have the ability to break up this energy. You have the strength and power within you like a mighty thunderbolt to strike through this and break through this stagnant, dense energy that has been affecting your lineage. You do have that power, and it's right underneath the phases and cycles card with Freya telling you there's a beginning within every ending. This ending, this is going to allow a brand new beginning of this beautiful energy to come back. So it feels like your ancestors are really saying you have the strength and power, if you so choose, to end this phase, to end this cycle in our lineage. We're going to get a couple more tea leaf cards for you. Let's see some of their messages that need to come through. Oh, that one right there. Ladder, climbing towards success. Definitely, like we were just saying, your ancestors believe in you, and they're letting you know that if you need help with this or feel overwhelmed, connect with them. We almost see this ladder in the sky as if it's going up to the spirit world, to the heavens, whatever term you would like to use. But definitely know that you're not alone and that they are willing and here to help you with this. And we've got purse coming out. Pay attention to your finances as well. So that could be related to this. It could be a different separate message for some of you, obviously whatever resonates. But it does feel like your ancestors are just bringing this up just as a side note, nothing too serious for you to be worried about. Just, pay attention to your finances. If you have something coming up that you need to save for, make sure that you're doing what you need to do. Sometimes we can slack on those things. So I feel like your ancestors are just saying this is just something to be aware of. Just pay a little bit more closer attention to your finances. This could even mean that you're possibly getting some extra money coming in as you're paying attention to your finances. But I don't feel like there's anything negative here. Nothing to worry about. Just, be aware. We've also got Mountain Road. Wow, you are on the road to success, and we literally have climbing towards success. Holy, okay. There are 200 of these cards, so the fact that you got two that said the exact same word with that success going up, we've got the ladder, the mountain road going up. It's reiterated again that your ancestors are saying this isn't something that is going to take a lifetime to clear. It's not massive. It doesn't feel, like I said again, like some big, some big curse or hex or something like that. It does feel like it's manageable, whatever this was, whatever trickery or sneakiness that got your lineage into this is quite, I don't want to see like easy, but maybe medium. It's medium to clear if we're going to go easy, medium, hard. It doesn't feel like it's too hard and it's going to be impossible by any absolute means. And we have the ink pot. Wow, problems to be resolved. I feel like obviously up to you with your free will if you want to go forward with this, but I feel like your ancestors are cheering you on. They're like, let's do this. Let's clear this. Now that it's illuminated, you understand, you're aware of it, you know why this is happening to your family, to your relationships, to all of these types of areas in your life. You're aware of it now. I feel like your ancestors are just so fired up and ready for action to be taken. So if that is something that calls to you, pile one, I would highly, highly, highly recommend starting to look into this further, starting to, take your time and patience with temperance and go with the flow. Like I say, it doesn't have to be something that is done overnight. Take your time with it, but definitely something to start looking into, maybe starting to ruminate in your mind how you would go about this, how you would start looking into it more, and really just going forward and taking that action that needs to be taken to unkink that hose. I hope this was an insightful reading from your ancestors and it gave you lots of good information on what they really wanted you to know about your lineage. If anything did resonate, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, share your experience in the comments below, as I would love to connect with you. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss out on another reading. Sending you so much love, light, and magic. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the boot card with the blue candle. We've got the rest of your cards here. So let's go ahead and get them all out, and then we will deep dive into what your ancestors want you to know about your lineage. We're going to start with your tarot cards. 6 of Pentacles. 2 of Swords, King of Wands, the Knight of Wands, Judgment, Major Arcana card coming out for you. Wow, 3 of Wands. Interesting. Pile 1 had a lot of Cups cards coming out, and you're having a lot of the Wands coming out of the tarot deck. Let me just scooch these down. Let's go into your Oracle cards. We have Legacy, Persistence, Sonata Kumara with Light Activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Oh, wow. Chills. I don't know if anyone just got chills watching this pile too, but White Eagle, Ancestor Spirit, connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. I am not lying when I say this card is my only card out of all my decks that have the word ancestor or anything like that on it. And it is very true that this card rarely comes out. White Eagle will only come out of this deck if there is a matter to do with your lineage and healing. So wow, I feel like that is a big indication on what your ancestors would like to bring up to you today. I do feel like it's going to be touching on healing something. Inner truths. Cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Lost lands, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. And called, soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. We're also going to add in a couple charms to your reading. So let's see what wants to come out. We have the dolphin coming out. The feather, which actually usually signifies angels or guides, but in this case, I feel like it's signifying your ancestors with the feathers that we have on White Eagle and the feather coming out. Let's get two more for you. Wow, okay, the unicorn and the Om symbol, which actually also came out in pile one's reading. First off, I just want to point out how many wands or staffs we have in your reading. We've got there. This person is holding one. Sanat has one. And in the tarot, the wands talk about mirroring your consciousness and giving you insight into the core of who you are internally and externally. And the wands urge you to take action because they correspond to the element of fire as well as the astrological signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, the fire signs. To me, that's almost saying, especially with the Inner Truth card, that your ancestors are here in this reading to really help give you insight into not only your lineage, but into who you are internally and externally and why certain things happen for you. So I feel like this is a very enlightening message and very enlightening things that they want to bring through here for you today that's going to help you to truly understand why you are the way you are, pile two. I'm feeling heavily called to read the White Eagle message from the book here from this deck. So let's go into it and see what the message is for you. I feel like this is directly coming from your ancestors. Take some time to honor just how far you have come. Recognizing through ceremony and ritual the shifts in your awareness, healing, and journey really allows you to move into a state of grace and gratitude. You have or have recently had an opportunity to heal an old family wound or pattern. It's important to connect with your family in spirit so that you can set a new energy of love in place. White Eagle is bringing your ancestors through to you and allowing you to know that they are happy and well. He is sounding his sacred drums to clear your spirit. That's such a powerful card, and it felt like your ancestors really needed you to hear those words, so I hope that that resonated for you, pile two. We've got blue in the background of this card as well. You've picked the blue candle. Blue means protection. It is that color of protection. So your ancestors are very, very protective over you. I feel like they are highly connected to you, even if you don't see them or don't work with them. Pile two, they are around you, even if you aren't aware of it. They're always protecting you. You have a very large team of ancestors. I'm feeling a little bit more ancestral energy, almost like the room is a little bit more full of spirits than I was feeling with pile one. So pile two, your ancestors want you to know that you are divinely protected by them. And they are always around you, and they are always looking out for your best interest. Overall, it seems like what they really want to bring through for you so that you're aware of in your lineage is that there is a little bit of a rebirth that needs to happen. The Judgment card talks about that. It talks about transformation, change, rebirth, but in a positive way. With that White Eagle card talking on the fact that you have an opportunity to heal an old family wound or pattern, and with that Judgment card, that's kind of what I feel like they're bringing up to you now. We've got the legacy and persistence. I think that this is something that they need you to be aware of because they don't necessarily want it to plague the lineage more than it has. With the Two of Swords, there's that energy of stalemate, indecision, of not moving forward. So I feel like your lineage, your ancestors, and you know, your current lineage, the family members that are, you know, currently alive, they have been affected by this. There has been this stalemate of energy with whatever it is that needs to heal here. Because with that boot, it's saying increase your efforts to achieve the goals. We're at the stalemate. We need a rebalance. The Six of Pentacles, we see her holding the scale, and it's talking about compassion and empathy. So it's saying to you, your ancestors are saying to you, you have to increase your empathy, your compassion, your efforts, your energy to really achieve getting out of this stalemate. Of course, free will is always involved, pile two, And this is just what your ancestors would like you to know. It doesn't mean you have to act on it. If you do feel called to go ahead and heal this, then definitely your ancestors have your back. They are protecting you and they are here to help you. And if you don't feel like it's something that you'd like to do, know that they are still sending you love. But this is just what they would like to bring to your attention today. Sometimes half the battle is just knowing why we are going through certain things. So even if you're not in the place to take action on this and to do this healing and to take on this rebirth and transformation, at least you are now wiser and you have the knowledge that this is happening in your lineage. And as I always say, knowledge is power. The King and Knight of Wands here have that same energy here that we have talking about time to increase your energy, your efforts, your empathy, your compassion for yourself, because the King of Wands has that strength, confidence, determination, power. You see how assured he is as he's sitting there in his throne. And we've again got that Leo energy, well, also Aries and Sagittarius, but with the two lion heads up there, it's that fire energy. It's that confidence, it's that assurance, it's that assertiveness. And the Knight of Wands also has that same energy of almost getting on your horse and going after this with that confidence and assurance that you have. So that's the energy that's going to break your lineage out of this stalemate that they want you to be aware of. It's going to take that fiery action energy, that masculine energy of power and strength, and really taking action. The Three of Wands talks about discovery. It talks about something new, and it's right after that Judgment Rebirth card. Plus, right down here, it's coming into the Legacy card. So to me, what this is saying is you're in that stalemate. You're being told about these inner truths from your ancestors. You're being called, essentially, to be aware of this. And now that you're aware of this, if you go forward with that fire energy to help rebirth and transform whatever this is that needs to be healed, you're going to rediscover your lineage legacy. Right after we've got the light activation, which says shine your light. I feel like this is going to really help you to feel better mentally, physically, spiritually. All of these different areas of your life, I feel, are being affected by whatever this is that needs to be healed, or this old pattern or this old wound, because it's almost the same energy of standing up again and having your strength, your legacy, your persistence carry on. That's what your ancestors want you to do, or what they want to help you do, is to really have that power back, have that strength, shine your light again, get out of this stalemate, get out of this wound that needs to be healed, and discover something more, discover the beautiful legacy that hides behind it. As sometimes things can happen in our lineage that we aren't even aware it has happened, and it is still affecting us. It's very crazy how far down the line things can affect people. And even if you are a far off cousin or distant relative, you can still be affected by things going on in your lineage or by other people in your lineage. So I do feel like that's why your ancestors are bringing this truth up, allowing you to know that with this card, we've got rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. They're letting you know that they're aware of this wound, of this thing that is maybe dragged you down or pulled you down or taken some of your power and strength away and kind of put you in this stagnant place. They're very aware of this, and they are bringing it to your attention so that you're aware that this isn't just, I almost said this in pile one, the same thing. It's not just your bad luck. This isn't your destiny to be in this stagnant, stale type of energy. This is your destiny. Legacy, persistence, strength, power, creativity, discovery, really just creating a beautiful legacy that you can be proud of, that everybody in your lineage can be proud of. Now with the Lost Lands card, it's talking about you've done this before, soul memories and gifts. So to me, that feels like your ancestors are saying you have done a little bit of healing on this. You have done some work on this shadow or this wound, but it's time to go in deeper and, go further. With that cold card, It's saying it's time to step up. You've had that training of doing a little bit of this work before. And now I will say I'm not getting specifically what this wound is, as this is a reading that many people will come across. For everybody, it could be something slightly different. But I do feel I want to say that you're quite aware of it. And this is a little hint towards, if you're watching this and you're still not sure exactly what your ancestors are speaking on, this is the hint. You've actually worked on it before. You have done a little bit of healing, almost like a training session. And this is the thing that your ancestors are now telling you is what needs to be, worked on if you feel, again, called to do so. So maybe this is something that you've talked about in therapy, or you've done a little bit of shadow work on. So think like that pile too. What have you worked on related to your family that you have essentially got a little bit of training when it comes to healing that? That is really what your ancestors are talking here about. So I just wanted to bring that through, as I felt like some of you are still wondering what that thing could be healed, where others of you right away were like, oh, I know exactly what my ancestors are talking about. So for those of you who are still a little bit unclear, hopefully that gives you a bit of clarity and helps you in figuring out exactly what wound your ancestors are kind of bringing up in this reading for you. This may even be something that you're quite aware that has affected multiple generations as well. As with that Judgment card, it feels like this is quite a big thing for you that your ancestors are bringing up. Not necessarily like a one-time thing that happened in your lineage. This could be something like possibly addiction runs in your family, or unhealthy, toxic relationships run in your family, where you're seeing the same cycle play out generation after generation. That could really be the thing that your ancestors are speaking on as well, because with that Judgment card, it's a rebirth. It's a big transition. It's not just changing something a little bit. It's almost saying that this has happened and kept us in this energy for so long in our lineage that we need the Judgment card. We need a big rebirth. We need this wound to finally be healed, because it's kept us in this type of energy. With the Two of Swords, you even see she has the blindfold over her eyes. So it feels like you've been in the dark. Your lineage has been in the dark with this wound, with this pattern, whatever this cycle is that keeps repeating. So that could also be an indicator for you on what exactly your ancestors are speaking about. Taking a look at your charms down here, the dolphin is really talking about that inner child energy, playfulness, vulnerability. It's also talking about just enjoying life and having fun, making sure to laugh. So I feel like this is a message that your ancestors are bringing through that can help you as you heal this, as you work on this pile too. They're saying, don't forget to have fun. Don't forget to laugh. Don't forget to connect with others that make you feel positive and uplift you. That's what the dolphin charm is saying. Now, like I said, with the feather, I do feel like that's heavily saying, normally in readings or when I use my charms, I would say that the feather is a spirit guide or an angel coming through. But with that white eagle card, it would be wrong of me to say that it was either of those, because this is definitely indicating your ancestors are here. They are loud, they are proud, and they are sending you so much love. The unicorn charm, I love this one because it almost reminds me of the magician card in the tarot deck. It talks a lot about magic, mysticalness. It talks about having that divine nature where you are a magical being of love and light. So this is a reminder from your ancestors that you are, and it's right next to that light activation card, that you are this amazing person that has so much light and love within them. And it's okay if you feel at times that that's not able to come out. At times, if you feel stagnant or stuck, or that your light isn't fully shining, they're almost saying that this is why. It's because this needs to be healed. But don't ever forget that deep down, that is what you are. You are this magical being that is just shining so, so brightly. And your ancestors see that. They see that you are so bright, wise, capable, strong, and powerful. And on the bottom of this card, it also says your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. So I feel like this is your ancestors saying, again, we're here and we see you for who you truly are. And we are here to protect and guide you and remind you that you are full of power and magic. You are like a unicorn. You are mystical and so magical, and you have this amazing energy to you, and your ancestors see that in you, even if at times you feel like it's dampened. With the Om symbol, that talks about the connectedness of everything in the universe. And again, that's kind of just bringing through the fact that you are connected to your ancestors, that they are here, they are protecting you, they are guiding you, and they are here to help you heal this and to get through this. And if you need to call on them in any way, shape, or form, or connect with them in any way, make sure that you do. You follow that call, you follow your intuition, whatever feels right, because they are here for you. They are always connected with you, even if you can't see them or hear them or interact with them on a more 3D plane. Know that they are forever connected to you and your soul and your energy. Let's grab you a few more tea leaf cards. Let's see what else your ancestors would like to bring through. We have the turkey. Oh my goodness, someone is behaving stupidly. This card, okay, that's great. I mean, I think you know who that's talking about. I don't even feel like I have to say too much about that. I almost feel like your ancestors are all collectively laughing right now, and they just wanted to bring that out to almost say, you know, like, we understand what you're going through right now. If you are going through it with someone, pile two, know that your ancestors are rolling their eyes along with you with this person's stupidity. So, you know, I feel like this is just not even necessarily a message, but just your ancestors laughing with you and having a bit of a go at whoever this, you know, person who is behaving in this way is going about things in your life right now. So they are displeased as you are, pile two. We have Jug. Oh, yes, lighthearted, carefree time. See, I feel like they're just maybe done with the messages and now they're just having fun with you with these cards. They're just having a lighthearted, enjoyable time with you. I love that. Your ancestors, like I said, I feel so many of them here. So it's almost like a bit of a nice, fun, carefree, lighthearted reunion, a couple laughs together after, you know, they have brought out the inner truths of what needs to be healed for you. Had the serious talk and now it's time for a few good laughs. And, you know, maybe that is how your family is. Couple more. Oh, butterfly. A change for the better. Yes, definitely. Like with that rebirth, the judgment card also has flowers on it. So this is going to be a change, transition, rebirth for the better. Definitely. It's going to help not only you, but your lineage. So as you do this healing, remember that you're not just healing yourself and your own experiences, you're healing your entire lineage. And how beautiful is that? You are transforming. And we've got desk. Pay attention to your work. All right, so that could be them, your ancestors talking about this work, you know, that this does need attention being paid to it, that it is important to them. Or this could be an actual message if some of you are going through some hardships at work. Maybe it's saying that there's something you're missing or you need to pay a little bit closer attention to your work if you're procrastinating. So, of course, whatever resonates with that message, take it, pal, too. I really hope you enjoyed connecting with your ancestors in this reading and you enjoyed finding out what they really wanted you to know about your lineage. And I wish you the best of luck with healing, pile 2, if you do go down that road. Sending you an extra dose of love and light from your ancestors, as I do feel them so strongly here, pile 2. So they just want to give you one last hug before you go. If anything did resonate for you, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, share your experiences in the comments below, as I would love to connect with you. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss out on another reading. I hope you have a magical day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye, pile 2. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Hills card with the green candle. So we've got your cards right here. We're going to get them all spread out and then dive deep into what your ancestors would like you to know about your lineage. Start with your tarot cards. Ooh, great. 6 of Wands. Six of Cups. Interesting. 2 sixes off the bat. The Four of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles. The Nine of Wands. Ah, Major Arcana, the World card coming out for you. Let me just scooch these down so they all fit. Let's go into your Oracle cards. Resources. Ah, the Shekinah, Sacred Self. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Great card. And Master Buddha, increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. Make a wish. Fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. Baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. And the Great Serving, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. We're also going to get a couple charms for your reading. So let's see what wants to come out. We have the Skull. We've got the Seashell. Oops. The Hana Hand. Let's get one last one. Oh, interesting. 2 aquatic ones and a little fish. I already love this reading, pile 3, as I feel like the main things that your ancestors want to bring through is the strength, power, and abilities that your lineage actually hold, which in turn means you hold and have the capability of tapping into. Now, the reason I feel like your ancestors are bringing through this information about your lineage for you today is because you have some sort of obstacle. You have some sort of anger, conflict. Something is going on for you right now, pile 3, and your ancestors are very aware. Now, that's what I feel like this skull charm is talking about is it's time to end a certain cycle or pattern, ways of thinking, ways of being, ways of doing, whatever this obstacle that you are facing is. It's almost like your ancestors are saying, we're aware of this and we're here today to help you with it, to show you how strong and powerful your lineage is, because it's going to give you the confidence and like boost that you need to get over this obstacle, to work through this conflict or anger, whatever it is that you're going through, pile 3. That 6 of Wands, I'm going to just kind of move that a little bit so you can see. The 6 of Wands is talking about confidence, victory, valor. There's actually, I'm not sure if you can see, but a bunch of people, like a crowd in the background cheering for this wonderful, knight on his horse. He's victorious. There is a sense of confidence and victory here. So I feel like with it right next to this obstacle to overcome, your ancestors are saying, we are here to help you to overcome it, and you can have victory with this. I feel so much just like warm, cozy, amazing energy coming from the 6 of Cups and 4 of Wands. I feel like these 2 cards are your ancestors letting you know that they are here and they are holding space for you. The 6 of Cups talks about nostalgia, reunion, and joy. So I feel like this is your ancestors saying, we are here with you right now, and we're so happy to have this beautiful reunion and to hold this space to be able to connect with you. And also they're thanking you for taking the time and energy to allow yourself this space and time to connect with them. The 4 of Wands talks again about that union, celebration, and community. So like I say, just so much warm, like cozy family reunion, nostalgia, get together vibes coming from those two cards. And the reason I feel like your ancestors brought through those two cards right after saying, we're aware of this obstacle and we're going to help you to overcome it and to get victory, is almost to solidify that they are truly here. Sometimes we forget that we have ancestors in the spirit world or on the other side, whatever term you'd like to use, that do care about us, that do love us, that do watch over us, protect, and guide us. As on our 3D plane, we don't necessarily see them, right? They are in a spirit form, and it can take a lot of energy and effort for us to notice that or to see them or to get the messages that they're sending to us. So these two cards are really letting you know that they are so happy to connect with you and to remind you that they are always here. They are always sending you messages, guidance, and love, even if you aren't noticing it. So what a beautiful energy of just coming together and enjoying this time as a family. With the Knight of Pentacles, this is what your ancestors want to highlight about your lineage. I almost feel like this could be a framed picture of the energy of your lineage, because the Knight of Pentacles talks about practicality, preparedness, efficiency, and just this ambitious energy of going forth and accomplishing anything that they put their mind to. You see the Knight in the photo is very confident. Same exact energy of the Six of Wands, where your ancestors are saying, hey, we're gonna help you to get over this, to have this victorious type of feeling when it comes to whatever the situation or obstacle is for you. So this is what they really want you to know. That energy is not something that is so far-fetched to actually step into, because it is what so many of your ancestors carry with them. I love that card. I feel like it's honestly just shining. And I mean, I don't know if your ancestors were in that time frame of history where they were wearing things like that and armor and what have you, but wow, I'm just getting such a strong feeling that that could be one of your ancestors posing for a portrait however many generations ago, many generations ago. I don't know if you're feeling that energy pile 3 from that exact card, but as I'm just sitting here looking at it, it's almost like, it feels like it's coming alive. I'm like, wow, is that your, like long lost cousin that you've never met? It feels so real, genuine. And right after we're saying that they're here for you and they're always connected, it's almost like they're just bringing that energy through even stronger for you and letting you know that there's so many amazing strengths and attributes that your lineage carries, which means you so easily yourself can tap into these to help you through this obstacle. Now, the Nine of Wands has that same determination, persistence. Like I'm saying, your lineage has this strength about it that they are not gonna back down. It almost is that energy, if somebody tells them it can't be done, they're gonna look at you and say, watch me. Watch me do it, because maybe you couldn't do it, but I've got the strength and the power to do it. The Nine of Wands is not gonna back down. It's that determination. We even see, the person's got a bandage on their head. So even if your lineage and your ancestors have been knocked down or faced obstacles, they always have that determination energy of working hard until the job is done and everybody is satisfied. Now, it feels like these qualities and attributes that your ancestors are bringing up for you and letting you know that they reside in your lineage are the exact energies that you need to tap into to help you get over this obstacle. Whatever has, like this card down here says, we've got those extremes of life. So it feels like, something has really affected you. Something has, maybe you were feeling really great and doing really well in life, and then you just hit this wall, you hit this obstacle. So these energies of preparedness, efficiency, organization, determination, strength, all of these types of energies that your your ancestors are letting you know your lineage holds are exactly what you need to tap into to help you get over this or to overcome it. Your ancestors have this energy of just persistence and hope. No matter what things look like, they always held that beautiful hope that they could get it done, that they could accomplish it, that no task was too difficult or too big for them. And that's almost the mindset that they're saying you need to step into. With that major arcana card, the World, they're saying that there is completion, fulfillment, and satisfaction. Exact same energy with the Six of Wands, with that victory and valor. The World talks about something being completed, an end, a positive end, a beautiful completion. And to me, that completion is this obstacle, is getting over this obstacle. Your ancestors are really bringing forth this information about your lineage that is going to help you complete this obstacle, going to help you end the cycle of whatever this is for you. I love this resources card because it's reiterating the fact that you have every resource that you need to overcome this within you. Like I said, your lineage holds this energy very strongly. You have a very proud, strong lineage. I do feel like your ancestors have accomplished many great things. They are truly just shining. As I tap into their energy right now, they are very proud of the lineage. Your ancestors have truly accomplished so many amazing things, and they want you to know that because they know that it can help you tap into the resources that lie within you to get past whatever road bumps you're facing right now. So pile 3, you may have been thinking, I'm not strong enough to get past this. I don't have the right resources or the right wisdom, whatever it have you. And your ancestors are here to say, no, 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 you have it all. We've got it all. You have such a outstanding, upstanding ancestral line that you have all of those resources. Again, we see this guy, he's in armor and he's ready to go fight. He's ready to go take on whatever needs to be taken on. Same energy as the Knight of Pentacles here. And it's interesting, they're both even facing towards this way, looking at that obstacle card. So it's almost saying you have the resources to go forward with this and overcome it. And your ancestors really want you to know how amazing your lineage is. Now, I'm not sure how many of you are actually aware of the, jobs that your ancestors had, but it feels like quite outstanding. It does feel like some of your lineage could hold inventors, mathematicians, great minds, philosophers, journalists, anything that just really takes that determination, that hope, that strength and power. And for some of you, you may be, shaking your head and saying, yes, for the ancestors that you're aware of, this definitely fits into their energy. Because I do feel like if you go down that rabbit hole and try and figure out who exactly your ancestors are and everyone that makes up your beautiful lineage, pile 3, you'll be quite surprised. You'll be quite surprised what you find. You have some very amazing, high-standing, influential type of energy coming through with your ancestors, which means you've got every resource you could need within your lineage, within your bloodline, within your DNA. You are so powerful, and they want you to know that. These two cards have a lot of the same energy as it's talking about becoming aware of this power, becoming aware of your ancestral gifts and abilities, and tapping into them more. It talks about that deep connection, creating and cultivating that deeper relationship with yourself, with your intuition, as well as unleashing your spirit, expressing your gifts. So I feel like your ancestors with these two cards are saying, once we help you get over this obstacle, once you realize the energy that you need to tap into to get through this, it's actually going to start a whole new chapter for you where you're going to start connecting to yourself and to the lineage on a deeper level, really tapping into your gifts that come from your ancestors, as well as tapping into your own personal higher self, your own inner Buddha. I'm feeling your ancestors asked to read this message from the book as well, so it's just a nice little quick one. Let's go in and see what that is for you. They're saying, don't feel the need to hold back or dampen your spirit. This is a time to celebrate. There is a feeling of dance and joy around you at this time as you fully recognize your splendor. You are a sacred being who defies gravity every day just by being alive and brings a sense of balance and equality to the world. Yes, I love that message. Like that last line, you're bringing a sense of balance and equality to the world. Excuse me. That's totally this energy of the Knight of Pentacles. Like, look at how balanced and confident and strong that energy is. And the more you tap into this ancestral energy, your gifts that's coming from your ancestors, the more you're going to step into that sacred energy. Because the more you are aware of it and tap into it, the more it's going to be able to come to the forefront of your personality, of your everyday life, and you can start to just exude this energy naturally. You don't even really have to do anything to have this energy come out of you, because it's so potent within your lineage and within your DNA. You almost just have this obstacle to get over, which is going to help you open up the door of tapping in deeper to these energies. And as you just go about your everyday activities, you're going to be really emitting this beautiful energy that your ancestors, or that your ancestral line holds. It's such a golden magnetic energy. I know I keep saying things along that line, but I can't stress enough how proud and amazing your ancestors are. It's just, I feel like each of them has that energy of winning a medal or some sort of recognition in their life. Maybe not every one of them, but as I tap into the energy of your ancestors, I almost see them all standing up, in a row with their best dress, with their medals, their achievements, their accomplishments. And that's you. That's you too. Maybe you're not quite there yet, but that's what these are saying. You're going to be tapping into that energy for yourself because it is so strong. So not only are your ancestors here to help you to understand the energies that you need to tap into to get over this obstacle, but they're also here to help open up this new chapter and this new part of your life where you are tapped into this beautiful, sacred, ancestral energy. And pile 3, maybe lately you've been feeling that call to connect to your lineage deeper. Maybe that's why you've come across this video or why you felt called to watch it. But I do feel like this, once you get through this or past this obstacle, it's truly going to open up this new chapter where you're just so much more connected to your ancestors, to your lineage, to the gifts, to the energy, to the power that it houses, that it holds. With this Make-A-Wish card, it's very apparent that you will be opening up that new door because this has that energy. It's the first card in that deck, number 1. It's got that energy of a new beginning, of something new for you. I'm going to read a little bit from the book from this one. It says, this card is a gentle reminder to set clear intentions about what you wish for in your life because anything's possible. You're being asked what you would like. At this moment, anything is possible. Should have just kept reading. If you were given one wish, what would you wish for? Trust that your wish will be granted at the most opportune time and in the manner that supports you in the fullest. So that's what this card is saying, is once you get past this obstacle and start tapping into your lineage energy more, your wishes, your manifestations are going to come to fruition. So your ancestors are saying, start thinking about what you want. How do you want your life to be? When this obstacle is gone, what do you envision? What is your greatest wish? Because know that you have the resources, the strength, the power, the confidence to do it, to get anything that you do desire, and they will help you with that. So start getting some excitement for your future and start asking yourself, what is it that you truly want? Because you are going to be stepping into this more powerful and confident version of yourself. With the baby steps card, it's also saying take that action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense, because sometimes that's what it needs. The people who get ahead and, get their wishes coming for them are the ones that are taking action, even if it doesn't necessarily make sense to them. So that's saying follow your intuition and take action when it comes to your dreams and connecting with your ancestors and your gifts, even before it makes sense. make sure that you have that energy of always propelling yourself forward. What can you do? What little thing can you do each day that can bring you closer to what your wish is? What little thing can you do each day to show love and support for your ancestors for guiding you? You know, there's tons of things that you can do, these baby steps each day that can actually, in the big scheme of things, help a ton in the long run to getting you to where you want to be. So that's what that card is saying, is even if it doesn't make sense for you, take those little steps. Have hope in your heart. Have that persistence like your ancestors have always had and still have. The Hanahan charm talks about protection. It talks about oneness. It really talks about having that divine protection and being watched over. And those who wear this as a symbol feel like they are protected, feel like they can go about their day in a more calm manner as they have the love, light, and support of the universe. So what that says to me is you are very protected by your ancestors. They are always around you. They don't ever go without having their hand close to you, if you will. They are always there within an arm's reach, always protecting you. And that is something they want you to be aware of. You have many, many, many ancestors in your lineage that do this for you. There's not just one or two. There's many that are always checking up on you, always watching, always making sure that they are helping in whatever way that they can and guiding you in whatever way that they can. Now with your shell and your fish, this is feeling like it's tying into your emotions, into that water energy. So I don't know, pile 3, some of you may have some water placements in your birth chart. This is really your ancestors letting you know that you can lean on them emotionally. They are here for you in that type of way. And this could also be talking on the fact that your obstacle could be more emotional versus physical for some of you, or maybe it's has a very high tie to your emotions, whatever the physical thing is. So with this, your ancestors are just letting you know that if you are ever feeling overwhelmed or angry, or even on the other end of the spectrum, happy and excited to celebrate something, make sure to connect with them because they are really here to help hold you within your emotions as well. In the fish, we see the idea of community, you know, the school of fish. So again, that's reiterating the fact that you have many, not just 1 or 2 ancestors that you are able to connect to, but a whole school of fish of them. The green candle has that energy of growth in every sense, and your Make-A-Wish card also has the green. So you are going to be growing with your ancestors. I do feel like you will be starting to connect with them on a deeper level to help you through your path. Maybe not just this one obstacle, but to continue to, after they help you with that, create a deeper connection with them. So there's a lot of growth for you, growth with your ancestors, growth with your dreams, growth with getting in touch deeper with your higher self, as well as your gifts and abilities that come from your ancestors. So I do see why you were really pulled to this pile 3. Even in that Hills card, there's a lot of green. So much growth for you that your ancestors can help you with. Let's get a few more tea leaf cards for you, see what else your ancestors would like to bring through. We have crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Wow, we're just saying growth. We were just talking about this new growth for you, which is signified with the green and these 3 cards. Amazing. So this is your ancestors letting you know that there can be a newness for you. There is this energy in the air of rebirth almost. We've got tent. Temporary situation. I feel like this is touching on the fact that the obstacle you're going through is temporary because you've now got the information from your ancestors of how victorious and confident and powerful and strong your lineage is. So this is definitely just a temporary situation. Whatever this obstacle is, even if it hasn't felt temporary in the past for you, know that it is temporary. It's not your forever. It's not your destiny. You do have the strength and power to break out of this, which is why your ancestors are letting you know and bringing to your awareness how amazing they are and how amazing your lineage is. Because any situation that is negative or dragging you down or dragging your ancestors down, they're always going to go at it with that determined energy, with that hope, with that persistence. They're never going to let something that isn't for their highest good be permanent. So know that what you're going through right now, pile 3, is 100% temporary. And in need of help, assistance, and guidance. Oh, I love that. It's like your ancestors saying, we know you need a helping hand with getting over this, which is why we have showed up here for you today in this reading to give you the tools that you need for assistance and guidance. They have now shone a light on this amazing energy that you can tap into and these resources that reside within you and your lineage, and they have outreached their hand to help you. So wonderful. I love that. That's a great card. Unicorn, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Ooh, great. Another wonderful message, again, tied exactly to that Master Buddha card, talking about that inner intuition, that inner awareness. So start listening to that intuition. Allow yourself to tap into it because it's right. It's not going to lie to you. Your intuition, your gut feeling, it's always right. So that card's letting you know to tap into your intuition because it can actually help you to make beneficial, positive changes if you do listen to its guidance. I hope you enjoyed getting to connect to your ancestors and the information that they brought through about your lineage was helpful and insightful for you. Wishing you the best of luck on your journey. And if anything did resonate, pile 3, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, put your experience in the comments below as I would love to connect with you. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss out on another reading. Sending you so much love and light. I hope you have a magical day. See you in the next video. Hello, pile 4. Welcome to your reading. You chose the tulip card with the pink candle. We've got your other cards here, so we'll go ahead, spread them out, and then deep dive into what it is your ancestors would like you to know about your lineage. Let's start with your tarot cards. We've got the 3 of Swords, 2 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, interesting, okay. The Fool, Major Arcana, first card in the tarot deck. The Page of Swords. And the 8 of Pentacles. Let me just go ahead and shove these. And for your oracle cards, we have Grief, Accepting Loss. Green Tara, Supreme Protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation. Trust. And Mahavatar Babaji, Soul Expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connection between all things. Open your heart. Big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. The Void, stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. And the Golden Children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. We're also going to add a few charms to your reading, so let's see what that's going to be. We have got the money coin. We've got the unicorn. We had the unicorn come out in another pile. Let's grab 2 more. We have got the Buddha head and the lightning bolt, which I also believe came out in pile 1. Okay. Right off the bat, I'm noticing this theme of the heart. We have the pink candle, which talks about love, self-love, care, compassion. The tulip talks about passion. Then we have the 3 of Swords with the heart. We have open your heart over here. And we also have the golden children, which talks about that tenderness and innocence, which reminds me of getting in touch with your heart. So wow, overall a really large theme coming through as I'm just quickly looking at this of the heart. Now with the Three of Swords, this talks about some pain, some grief, rejection, sometimes deception as well. So that's not necessarily some good feelings when it comes to the heart. The Two of Wands, however, talks about discovery. You see the guy, he's really looking, he's planning. It talks about having that organized foundation of planning and discovery before you're going off and taking action towards something. With it being right next to the Eight of Swords, I almost feel like there was some stagnancy, and that is what allowed this creativity this discovery and planning to happen with the Two of Wands energy. The Eight of Swords talks about imprisonment, disappointment. It has isolation, entrapment in it. We see that the lady is bound by rope with her hands, as well as she has a blindfold on. So with those three cards and everything else I'm kind of seeing, to me what this says is there was actually something that happened in your lineage that was quite detrimental when it comes to the heart, when it comes to romantic relationships specifically. Now, the good news that your ancestors are bringing through is that this is something that they have broken out of. With the Fool, this represents a brand new beginning. And it's right after the Eight of Swords when we're talking about imprisonment, entrapment, when we're talking about some sort of pain and grief and deception happening to the passion, to the heart, to the love in your lineage. And right after you were entrapped, or your ancestors were entrapped with this, it gave them the time to plan how to begin anew, how to start a new chapter after this, or how to get out of this. The Page of Swords talks about thoughtfulness, clarity, as well as curiosity. So that almost feels like the energy that you would have, or your ancestors had, once they got out of this predicament. The Eight of Pentacles talks about hard work, craftsmanship, so putting a lot of time and work into something. So really what this top row is saying your ancestors want you to be aware of in your lineage is there was some sort of really big event that affected the way that romantic relationships and love were playing out in your lineage, in your ancestral line. This truly feels like it could be something like a curse or a hex put onto your ancestors, where if they attempted to go after any passion or love, they ended up in this Eight of Swords energy where they were trapped, imprisoned. Same with that Three of Swords energy with the deception, the grief. It feels very toxic, and it feels like something or someone placed this type of curse or hex upon your family. It doesn't feel like a natural, organic thing. It almost feels like somebody physically put these swords into the heart, into the romantic relationships of those people that are in your lineage. So what your ancestors want you to be aware of today about your lineage, pile 4, is that this has actually happened. I do feel like this is very far back in your lineage. We could be talking somewhere from 17th, 18th century, maybe even further back. Your ancestors want you to know that this is something that they experienced and that they were actually able to overcome. They have the Fool. They had that new beginning. They've got that Page of Swords of curiosity, of looking at things in a new way after being trapped, as we see the swords behind in the Eight of Swords, and the Page of Swords is wielding the sword. It's like you took your energy back. The ancestors were able to remove the swords from the heart and have their power back. And it took a lot of hard work and dedication. I do feel like this is something that was worked on for a few generations, which is why your ancestors are proud of this work and why they want to bring it up to you today, pile 4, so that you're aware that your lineage has actually gone through something like this. Curses and hexes are very, very real, and unfortunately, a lot of our ancestors have gone through things like this and have been plagued by things like this, and they've done so much hard work to really get rid of it to allow us to live a better life. So your ancestors are just letting you know here that you have experienced this in your lineage, and that you could have some residual energy from it. That's bringing us into the bottom row. I want to talk about the grief card, accepting loss. This is saying, with the open your heart card too, this is saying that you might still be affected by this, even though it has been cleared, even though the new beginning has happened many, many generations prior to you, pile 4. I think your ancestors need this to be a part of your awareness so that you understand why you might hold some grief and some hurt in your heart. I do feel like you could be the person, pile 4, where you're really scared to get into a relationship, and it's not necessarily because something bad has happened to you. You just have this overwhelming fear and you don't know why. It's like you have no idea where it's coming from, and you feel the need to close your heart off to love, to passion. And your ancestors are letting you know nothing's wrong with you. And that's not, an odd thing to experience, because there's a direct correlation with what you're feeling when it comes to your heart and the pain and the hurt and the grief to what your lineage has gone through. And even though they have healed this and they've gone on this new journey, I do feel like the past at some times can still affect us. The past can still trickle in. Those energies can still trickle in. So you're not still trapped. Your lineage isn't trapped in this. They have freed themselves from it. But know that you could be feeling some of the leftover pain or hurt and emotions, like these swords in the heart. It can be so fascinating how we can still be affected by things that have gone on in our lineage, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, decades and decades after these things have happened. It's very interesting how our ancestors and what they have gone through is imprinted in our blood, in our DNA. It is, energy and things that we can carry. We can carry trauma that our ancestors in the 17th century went through. That sounds crazy, but we can, and we do. And that is why, pile 4, if you've ever felt that extra hurt or grief or pain on your heart, that's why it's coming from this curse or hex that your family had to work so hard for multiple generations to break. So know that there's nothing wrong with you. That's exactly where this hurt and pain that you experience when it comes to love and relationships is coming from. There's a reason for it. There's a reason you feel so deeply. I love the green Tarot card because it talks about being protected. It says you're protected, cords are being cut, move beyond limitations, and trust. So this is your ancestors saying that we are protecting you. You are divinely, supremely protected by us. And these limitations that you have around love, we are here to help you move beyond them. We're here to help you cut those cords of the way that you have felt in the past. They are here to help you to become aware of why you feel this way and to move beyond these limitations, because the great thing here is you're not actually stuck. The curse isn't here. That's not why you're feeling the energy. It's almost like that aftermath of it that you're still carrying in your DNA and your lineage. So those are the limitations. It's that it's not really genuinely real or a threat you have to worry about. There's not necessarily something keeping you in that place that you're feeling right now or that you felt with your heart and romantic relationships. Know that what you're feeling are simply facades. They are just limitations. They are just feelings lingering from the past. The curse has definitely been broken and for a very long time, But your ancestors want you to know that the way you feel in your heart is not set in stone. It's just simply an obstacle. It's just a limitation in your mind, or that fear and ego has made into something larger. And know that you are able to move past this and have beautiful, healthy, loving, genuine romantic relationships where you don't have to feel this grief and pain and heaviness in your heart. It may feel like right now that's how your heart's always going to feel, but your ancestors are letting you know that it isn't your destiny. You're only feeling that because it's left over from what your ancestors have gone through. We've got the Buddha head charm right under the Mahavatar Babaji card, talking about your consciousness expanding and you understanding the connections between things. That's great, as we're just talking about, there's nothing wrong with your heart, and it's, there's a reason why you feel this way. There is a connection and you're understanding it now. You are becoming more aware. And Buddha talks about that inner awareness, that I am, that intuition, that gut feeling, that knowing. So really, I feel like this is your ancestors saying, we're bringing this to your awareness, to your conscious awareness, so that you can finally understand why your heart has felt this way in the past. And with this new information, you can now move forward. You can see things from a more connected viewpoint and a more understandable, expanded viewpoint, instead of just seeing it through a funnel and focusing on the negatives. With your money charm, this always signifies abundance and positivity in the financial regions. So it does feel like your ancestors are letting you know that things are going to be going good for you. Maybe they already are, and that's just a sign that they're going to continue to go good. And if they're not going so great, then this is a nice sign from your ancestors to let you know that things are going to be looking up in the financial department for you. The unicorn talks about magic, mystical energy. It reminds you that you are this powerful, magical being. And this did come out in another pile. And I feel like with their ancestors, it's the same as your ancestors pile 4, that they want to remind you of this. They want you to remind you that you are powerful, you are magical, you hold so much unique energy within you. And don't forget how beautiful that makes you. Our uniqueness is what makes us special and beautiful, talented, and all of those things that are your quirks. They actually are what make you so amazing and so unique. No one can be you, and that is your superpower. And your ancestors want to remind you of that. The lightning bolt has that energy of strength. It's power, it's strong, it's fiery, it's going to break things up and remove anything that is not for their highest good. And that's almost the energy that your ancestors held when they were able to put in this hard work to break up this curse or hex or whatever it was, and to begin again. So this is the energy that your ancestors really hold. They're so powerful. And I feel like they are extremely proud that they were able to break the lineage out of this. And you should be really proud of them too. You've got such amazing, strong, confident, powerful ancestors here with you today. With your big picture thinking, again, that has a lot of the energy of what your ancestors did to get out of this. They had to be visionary. They had to have these out-of-the-box type of ideas and actions to actually get them out of this confined state that they were in. Has a lot of the same energy of the Page of Swords. So they're not only, strong and powerful, they're smart. They're wise, they're creative, they're visionaries. And this is also something that you are. I feel like you really resonate with a lot of those terms, even if at times you feel, knocked down. We all have our bad days. I do feel like in deep down in your soul, that is how you see yourself, pile 4. You do see yourself as a visionary, as somebody who has these, big picture ideas. Maybe you have ideas that you're friends never would have thought of, or you just see things in different ways. And that was really how your ancestors were able to get past this and to have this new type of free chapter with that Fool energy. So know that your creativity and that big picture thinking that you do have, pile 4, comes from your ancestors. With the Void card, we've got Stop, Embrace the Winter. I actually really love this card because it almost is like a card telling you that it's okay to take a break. It's a permission slip to just chill out, take some time. We're always so busy going in that summer type of energy. It's not very often that we slow down in that winter type of energy and allow ourselves to, just grow that nice, strong, rooted foundation so that we're ready to bloom when the warmer seasons come. So what this is saying to you is it's okay to take the time to heal your heart. Now that you're aware of this, your soul has expanded, your consciousness is, aware of this, it's at the forefront. Take the time you need. There's no rush, Sometimes getting this big type of information, when we understand what our ancestors have gone through, it can be very impactful for us. We can feel those emotions. We can feel what they may have felt, how, desperate and isolated they have may have felt, how, painful some of these experiences may have been. So if you need time to integrate this information, if you need time to allow yourself to feel for your ancestors, to feel for what your lineage has gone through, because this has not been easy. Like I said, it was generations where you were in this trapped state, trying to discover a way to get out, trying to discover a new chapter for your lineage. So take the time you need. If you need to stop, if you need to slow down, if you need to take a little bit of a break to allow yourself to feel and hold space for what your ancestors and what your heart has gone through, please make sure to do that. Your ancestors don't feel like there is any rush here, and they want to make sure that you are taking care of yourself and your heart. I'm also just getting psychically coming through that some of you might have had a hunch or been aware or had a feeling that there was some sort of curse or hex that your family went through in the past. I'm getting that Spirit is saying that there is some of you watching this right now that are like, wow, you know what? I knew it. I always had a suspicion that my family had gone through some sort of curse or hex in the past. So if you have ever thought that, this is confirming it for you. Your family has definitely gone through something very intense like that. Let's get a couple more tea leaf cards and see what else your ancestors would like to bring through. Whoop. Right there. We have the Rooster. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Ooh, interesting. This feels like a little bit of a warning from your ancestors. I feel like some of you are already aware of who this Rooster person is in your life. If you're not, then this means that you may be having a run-in with somebody like this who's a bit arrogant, boastful, maybe a little bit, letting their ego shine a little bit too much. So just be aware of this. Your ancestors are letting you know, don't let it shake you. Don't let people like this get under your skin and shake you. Again, it's right on that protection card. I put it on. So you're protected from people like this, and don't let them, kill your vibe, essentially. We have, Torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. And look at that. It's going right on the card that says you understand the connections between all things. So, wow, yes, I love this. This is such a great reading because I feel like you finally are understanding why your heart has hurt on a level that you just can't quite, put a finger on. It's been kind of hard for you to understand why you feel so intensely in that area of love, relationships, passion, romance. And now you understand this is a new development for you. You've been enlightened, you're aware, and you understand now, which means you can actually move forward. Whoop. Right there we have got chair empty. Someone is leaving your life. Oh, interesting. This could be connected to the Rooster card for some of you. There could be an arrogant, boastful, egotistical type person that's actually leaving your life soon. So that's a great thing that your ancestors are letting you know. For some, it might not be connected. This could be a different person leaving your life, but this does feel like a positive thing. I'm not getting any type of negativity from this. I almost feel like your ancestors are saying, be excited that somebody that isn't bringing you the things that you need or living up to your standards are going to be leaving your life. Let's get one more. We've got diamonds. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Well, for some of you, that precious gift might be having this boastful, arrogant person leave your life. That is a great gift. And for some of you, you may be, going to some sort of event or baby shower, wedding where you're giving a gift or putting a lot of time and energy and effort into a gift for somebody. So exciting. What a great card. I hope you enjoyed this reading and getting to connect to your ancestors. Hopefully what they brought through for you makes a little bit more sense about your lineage and you're a little bit more knowledgeable about the things that your family and ancestors has gone through in the past and how they are affecting you now. If anything did resonate, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, put your experience in the comments below as I would love to connect to you, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss out on another reading. Sending you so much love and light. I hope you have a magical day and I'll see you in the next video.